Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Joe. It's Tuesday, and it's time for the Tuesday just after Bill Burr's Monday morning podcast. Like I said, it's Joe. If you know, you know. If you don't, welcome to the fucking show. All right, let's see. Before I make sure nobody's gonna hit my truck, because we're leaving work here, man. All right. So let's see. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to comment on Bill, right? That's the job, right? That's the podcast. So let's start with Bill. Lucky fucker gets the rest of the year off. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fucking working. Everybody gets their week, maybe 2 weeks paid vacation. You know, maybe maybe manipulate the doctor's note a little bit. Well, what is that a field of? That's a little farm thing going on right there. That was cool. But you know what's funny? Real quick. You know what's funny about fucking podcasts? Like, I was thinking about this. It's like, oh man. Well, I was thinking, it's pretty much like being on your end, or if I'm listening to Bill or listening to a podcast, usually it's at work, so I'm not watching anyway. And what are you gonna watch? People sit at a table, if they're laughing and shit, something else maybe a little different, but so no, yeah, being on my cast, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, is this what it would feel like to be blind and go to a movie theater? I've been, besides paying for the ticket and shit, but like, you're listening, you hear everything that's going on, you hear the background noises and shit, so it came to my head earlier. I was thinking like, oh shit, like listening to a podcast is fucking what being a blind person at a movie would be, pretty much. And then I thought, you think they make fucking subtitles in Braille, and you gotta keep up with the scenes, like, well, I guess Braille. Yeah, that'd be blind and deaf. Well, blind for sure, but I think deaf too, because you don't need the Braille if you could just talk. It's like, hey Bob, what's up? I need the button. I don't think so. So I thought about that, but no, it's a fucking Lucky Bill's got a whole fucking rest of the year off, according to him. Which, like I said, old fucking Lucky Bill. What else did he say? Oh, he went on about doing some comedy shit. What was he talking about? Somebody asked about being the new comedian coming up, which is funny because I emailed him, a similar thing about new comedians coming up and shit, and what to do, how to do it, why, when, whatever, blah blah blah. Obviously I threw some funny in there, but I'm assuming that Andrew the Feminist, or whoever the fuck keeps messing up his podcasts and posting the wrong ones, or putting the fucking advertisements in the beginning and in the beginning in the middle, or whoever's fucking their job up. I assume that they picked the emails for him, so it's not like Bill's like, oh, this looks like a good guy, like I want to read this one. It's just like, he just goes literally like, oh, what's next? Oh, good evening, Billy, Billy fucking Bob Evans, or whatever the fuck, dumb shit they say. Some people are good. Some people have some good stuff. But no, he was reading about that, and then he went into fucking talking about the comedy shit, and how it used to be. He's like, that was back before Clear Channel, and it brought back some memories for me, because I remember Clear Channel. They were the sanctioning body, I guess you could say, for the monster truck racing. Monster Jam, USHRA, United States Hot Rod Association. Let's see, I don't know about NMRO, National Mud Racing Organization, but either way, Clear Channel had kind of like, I'm not going to say a monopoly, but they had like the rights, they were on top of it. Like, they didn't need fucking, they didn't need permission to do this, do that. What I mean by permission is the shows. Like, people always ask if sports are rigged and things, and, for monster trucks, maybe back in the 80s or something, it wasn't rigged, but now it's, unfortunately, it's pretty rigged. You know, you get paid extra for doing special shit. You get paid extra for losing to special people. That's how it was when I was involved in it. But it was Clear Channel owned, and that became Feld Entertainment later. But no, so yeah, it just brought back some cool memories for me because I know Clear Channel. You know, I don't know Clear Channel like that, but I've worked under Clear Channel before, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, and then what's the other thing Bill said? Oh yeah, he's Mr. fucking Fancy Dad, spending time with his kids. I'm all for that. That's cool, you know. But one thing I did notice, and it's funny because he hated parents judging non-parents judging parents. Oh, I thought that was my boss, and it's just this fucking bitchy looking lady. Oh, look at that, and here comes a cop. Hopefully he pulls her over, because we're doing fucking... Yeah, she's doing... weaving in and out of lanes and shit. Oh, you're not even a cop either. Ain't that a bitch? But, so, yeah, Bill's got, Mr. fucking Perfect Dad going on, whatever it is. Like I said, he used to... Before he had kids, he judged people that would talk about parents. So, I'm going to be one of those people. You know, I don't have kids. I do have 2 little sisters. I have a niece and nephew that I helped, I'm going to say babysat. I'm not going to say helped raise. That's not, that's too much credit. But, I've done diapers. I've done food. I've done bottles. I've done fucking, I did diapers backwards until I figured them out forwards, I've been through all those stages pretty much, so I have a basic, I can fucking babysit, I can babysit a baby, I can babysit a toddler, a fucking, whatever. It'd be the parents' rules. If it's not my kid, it'd be up to the parents, what the fuck, like a good and a bad fucking, good and bad to the kid is. But, no, so I'm sitting here thinking, because he's all like, oh, he's like, I made them their favorite breakfast, which, okay, cool. You're being the cool dad, you're making up for lost time. Okay, you made them their favorite breakfast. They're getting older, so they wanted their own. Okay, cool. Then it's like, then we went out, and I got my breakfast, then we had some cookies, and I thought, that's cool, because I want a fucking cookie. I want a fucking cookie, so I'm like, oh, man, he's being a cool daddy. Man, have some fucking breakfast. Have some cookies, like, what are we doing next? And then he's talking about being in the pool. And, again, no harm, no foul, all great, love the time with your, time with your family, with your kids. And he says, my kids, my kids were jumping on me and pulling me underwater and shit. And, he was just trying to, I'm sure he's trying to just put his arms up on the fucking edge of the pool and just kick back and relax. I know he's not smoking or drinking right now or whatever, but it's I can see it in my head, kick back, relax, fucking pop open a fucking beer or a pour a drink. If you're a smoker, you smoke or like smoke a cigar or fucking marijuana. It's like even cigarette, whatever. You smoke, you drink, fucking at the pool with your kids. Nice day, nice time. I saw, it was all fucking beautiful, all fucking fun and dandy, but, and this is where the, you don't have kids, how do you, who are you to fucking tell me, but he's like, yeah, and I asked the kids, like, why don't you do this shit to your mom, go fuck with her at the pool, and they're like, well, she doesn't let us, but you do, and he says, I'm not letting you now. And they go, it doesn't matter, you're not serious. Which, I mean, as a comedian, I get it. Like, I'm my kids, if I had kids and, I was, well, I mean, I am, it sucks. I hate saying I am funny, because anybody fucking listening to this, like, unless you know me, you don't really know the full spectrum of my spectrum. Jesus Christ. But, so he's talking about, oh, well, you let the fucking, mommy doesn't let us do all this shit, and you do, and you're not you're not, you don't take us serious, or you never get serious or whatever. And, Jesus, man, doing 40 on a 55, but I got to turn on my street. So by the time I go around you, I got to hit the fucking brakes. Oh my God, this is fucking stupid, man. And you got a local tag. Like, you know the speed limit. You know what I'll do? My dad's favorite method. The old fucking intimidation method. You get right on their ass. And nobody, people brake check. Yes, it's happened. But not many people want their car to get fucked up. So if you're close enough that you'll hit them, they got to be damn near, like, it's got to be a beater piece of shit car. Or it's got to be damn near, like, they just don't give a fuck. Oh, and it's turning on my street too. Great. Oh, fucking Jesus. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna pull over here and podcast for a second and let them fucking just ride down the street, because I'm not fucking crawling behind them. Looks like I got more rain here at the house than it did over at work one town over. Oh, look, now they're literally going faster down a dirt road with mud and fucking stutter bumps, and you're going faster down this shit than a 55 mile an hour. Fucking people suck, man. At least the driving. But no, so fucking back to the goddamn podcast. Bill's having a lovely day with his kids, and long story short, what I was trying to get at is he admitted basically to being an enabler, which, hey, fuck it. Well, not fuck it. Nobody wants any bad, you don't want to over-enable somebody and then they have some bad shit happen, or whatever the case is. And that's kind of where I was going with it is, the kids that I know, the people I know, their families, like even me, the family that I had that enabled, and I hate to say it because I love the people, and it's, I got both sides of the family, so it's, it's not, I'm not going to even fucking put out, well, mom's side, dad's side, grandpa, grandma, fucking aunt and uncle this, did this, said that, blah, blah, blah. It's, it doesn't matter. Point is, enabling, we all know how that turns out, most of the time, is, you kind of give the person you're enabling, like, not a superior complex, but it's like that the enabled complex, where, you already said it was okay, you already told me I could do it, and you're letting me do it, and, or whatever, or, you've let me do it for years, so why now, or, blah, 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 and then, so I'm kind of curious, yeah, like, Bill made a joke, he's like, after he mentioned, he didn't say enabling, but he basically said he's doing that, without meaning to do it. And then he makes the joke like, do you guys love me yet? Like, basically saying like, I'm fucking trying here, man. Like, I'm trying to be the best dad I can, because, his dad and my dad are pretty much, like I said, you're in the grocery store, you want you want a snack, you fucking come up, and when I look down at you, you don't even touch me. When I look down at you, it's, excuse me, sir, may I please have permission to ask for permission for you to purchase me a fucking pack of gummy bears. And then since you're a kid, you don't always do that. So you just walk up, you grab the box, and you get to the cart, and you reach over to put it in the fucking cart, and your dad smacks the box like 6 aisles fucking across the store, puts his foot up your ass, fucking smacks you on the back of the head. Now every time someone goes to shake your hand, you twitch. Or every time someone fucking, like, makes a fast movement, you fucking twitch because you think something's flying at you. Does that sound familiar? Because it sounds like fucking familiar to me. But no, so I get it. Everybody, even my dad, said, he's like, yeah, I tried to fix as much as I could from the bad generations before me. Well, not bad generations, but like so long ago you beat your kids, and then after a while it was unacceptable, but spankings and like the switches, and after a while now some people, or a lot of people, don't think spanking is acceptable, or it's only acceptable in specific circumstances. And I'm not going to get into what parenting techniques are right and wrong. All I'm saying is, if Bill follows the enabling route, now granted, they have both parents, loving parents, caring parents, and all the money that they need for whatever they're doing. So, in that way, you're being showered with love and all that. And they have all the experiences, like dad's having them drive and shit. So he's, so I do think, I feel like part of me is like, all right, well, this shit's going to turn out. It's, they're like, and like I said, it's none of my fucking business. I'm just, from a listener point of view, giving my 2 cents, but, enabling usually, like the enabling that happened to me, all it did was let me ruin 10 years of my own life. And, I've been building back from that since then. But, yeah, that's all it did, the enabling, So, basically what I'm getting at is, hopefully, like, I even made a joke when he said something in his stand-up, his Drop Dead on Hulu. There's a little plug for you, Bill. Another fucking plug. Jeez, when am I going to get paid for fucking advertising for Bill? Shit, I've earned $5 by now, putting his name out there. On that note, one of my favorite comedians, I'm not saying who, not saying where, when, why, but they said, because like I said, I'm trying to find my way into comedy. I don't know how, which way, but I'm looking at different ways, and the guy said, he's like, look, it's not about being better than, this person, that person, like I'm not out here to be a better comedian than this person, that person, this, that, and whoever. It's about being better than, yourself, last week, last month, last year. And I really like that because it's like, it takes the pressure off of like, well, fucking, he got like 42 laughs in a 60-minute show. So, if I do a 60-minute podcast, I got to get at least 38 laughs or I'm not in the category. And it's like, no, fuck that. Like if I get one strong, good laugh and another comedian gets 30 chuckles, I'm taking my fucking crying laughter and that's it, But, yeah, no, just the enabling thing. I'm curious to see, like, is he gonna be podcasting in like 5 to 10 years and be like, God, these fucking kids, man, I can't stop from, my daughter's doing this and this and that, and my son, he's fucking wild, he's beating people up, and he's so strong, I can't stop him, and, my daughter, she's so smart that now, and then, Nia's smart, so that obviously they're gonna teach, the kids, and it's like, what if they rebel, like the rebellious years, and then what happens with the money and all that, like fucking turn into like an Angelina Jolie kind of deal, or what was it? Johnny Depp, fucking what's Tony Stark, fucking Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, like all these people, don't get me wrong, they made it. They're doing good. Even Hillary Duff, Britney Spears, whoever. I don't know about Hillary Duff, but Lindsay Lohan, that's who I was going for. Even she's back in movies and fucking clean and healthy. So, I'm not saying that long term. I just wonder, I took psychology in college, so I'm just curious, I just wonder. Like I said, it's interesting to see how things are going to turn out, especially, with the background that he's got and all. But, yeah, that is what it is. Other than that, his cast, he had his reads. He said he only had one, but then there was, like I said, the one that was cut in half and half or some shit. And then, yeah, other than that, yeah, so that's it for me. Let's see. Do I have any stories of my own? You know what? Fuck it. I'll go ahead and save it. If I do, I'll go ahead and save them for Friday. Because Bill's Thursdays are short anyway. And, on top of that, actually, earlier I tried to, do a cast, but I was tired, grumpy, groggy, and just didn't sound right. But, where was I going? Oh, no, I was talking about how some of the best ideas for my podcast, like some of my best jokes or my best, like talking points will come to me when I'm laying in bed, like right when I'm turning the TV off and then I lay there and it's like, you're laying in the dark or say you sleep with TV, whatever, however you sleep. But I'm laying there. I'm fucking, I'm not halfway asleep yet. I'm not in that like semi-dream state yet, but I'm trying to just calm my mind, and that's where a lot of the funniest shit comes to me. And it was just a night or two ago, and I was like, man, all I gotta do is sit up. Like, literally, if I sit 90 degree, like, just sit straight fucking up, I can reach a pen and an envelope on my fucking dresser. Because the bed and dresser, I got them real close, so I don't gotta go anywhere. Like, I mean, you got a little foot walking space between them, but, I'm tall enough to reach. So I was like, all I got to do is just literally sit up, click the lamp, fucking write this idea down, and fall back asleep. Or not fall back, but, lay back down. The problem is the idea goes in depth in my head, and then I'm like, well, fuck, now I got to write, like a paragraph. And then I get too lazy and decide, fuck it, I'm just gonna, see if I remember it tomorrow. So that's something I got to get on myself about. I need to start writing my shit down so I can actually have funny podcasts or jokes in the podcasts. And especially because, bills are always pretty serious or about family or, stuff like that. But, so yeah, on that note, have a happy, safe, sexy, healthy, clean, whatever you want to call it, week. Hopefully, if you're working like me, hopefully everything goes good. If you're not like Bill, go fuck yourself and enjoy your freedom. And of course, Bill, go fuck yourself and enjoy your freedom, your money, your kids, your wife, your fucking everything that everybody else wishes we all had. But he's a normal person, right? It says, us normal people, but he fucking doesn't have to work for the rest of the year. That to me is not a normal. I don't know. I've never met a quote unquote normal person. I don't go to a fucking 7-Eleven and I'm like, hey, you consider yourself a normal person? And they're like, yeah. And then they go out and get in their Honda Civic and drive off and don't work for fucking 6 more months. Unless they're a teacher. And even then, teachers struggle their ass off for money. But, so yeah. Everybody go fuck yourselves. Have a good week. We'll talk on Friday. And see you.